I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. The weather story today is the wind. Gusts of up to 50 miles an hour. We're not only making it feel colder out there, it also meant you needed to keep things anchored down. The wind was to blame for some damage done to building facades in Newburgh, though wind will continue to be an issue throughout the region tonight. Local forecast details are coming up.
Some guy just called about a suspicious navy blue Toyota Prius.
Could be called a crime epidemic. Since September, the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department has responded to 87 burglary cases, and that's not counting the others in Sullivan County that are being investigated by state police and local departments. Sullivan County Sheriff Michael Schiff says manpower challenges are making a tough job even tougher.
We've got undercover cars out patrolling. That's how we've cracked a couple of these burglary rings, and we're working on it as diligently as we can. It is a problem, but the state police are shorthanded. We're shorthanded. We're down from our manpower 5 road patrol, 2 deputies, and a couple of dispatchers, which puts us in a tough place manpower-wise to put the type of operation together, other than overtime, to really go after this, which we are doing.
And Schiff says residents can help police agencies by watching out for each other.
We've got instances where people will knock on your door, and if you answer the door, they'll ask for directions or they'll have a problem. Then they'll go to the next place, knock on the door, and if nobody answers, that's the house they'll break into. So sometimes just something as simple as somebody coming to your house, seeing a car parked on the side of the road, get that plate number. Get a description of the car, as good a description as you can. The color, make, anything that might be of interest that would identify that car quickly to our people on the road.
Schiff says when it comes to home burglaries, the Homeland Security slogan also applies. If you see something, say something. Monticello police used surveillance videotape to nab a man from Rock Hill who's accused of stealing a wallet from the locker room of a local fitness center, then using stolen credit cards to rack up hundreds of dollars worth of purchases. 19-year-old Jabari Morrison has been charged with felony grand larceny, forgery, and possession of stolen property. Police say video from the fitness center and from locations where the cards were used tied Morrison to the crimes. He will face additional charges in Orange County since some of the illegal purchases were made at the Crystal Run Galleria, and some of the stolen merchandise was recovered from Morrison's Rock Hill home. A ruling from the Appellate Division of State Supreme Court will mean a new trial for a Middletown man convicted of murder in 2006. James Harris has been doing time for his alleged role in the murder-kidnap of Franklin Fitz of Newburgh. Harris and James Blagman of Middletown were convicted of beating and tying up Fitz in the basement of Blagman's home. Victim's body was discovered in the trunk of an abandoned car in Newburgh. The court has ruled that statements Harris made to police without an attorney present should not have been used at his trial, so a new trial will be scheduled. Jury selection will begin Tuesday in Orange County Court for the Michael Mealy murder trial. Jurors will be selected from a pool of 90 prospective candidates who remained following a pre-screening that took place this week. Jury will be deciding the fate of Mealy, the 26-year-old town of Wallkill man who faces murder, manslaughter, and evidence tampering charges in connection with the December 2008 death of Laura Garza, the woman he'd met in a Manhattan nightclub. Her skeletal remains were discovered in a field near Scranton, Pennsylvania in April of 2010. What's happening or not happening to the parking tickets that have been issued in the region's 4 cities? Well, more than 72,000 have gone unpaid in Newburgh, Middletown, Kingston, and Port Jervis. Lion's share of them in Newburgh, and it represents more than $4 million in lost fees and penalties. Do communities have the mechanisms in place to track down the unresolved tickets? It is a subject of a special report that you'll be able to read about in the Sunday edition of the Times-Herald Record. The historic River Rock Inn and the entire borough of Milford, Pennsylvania, bracing for the arrival of Master Chef Gordon Ramsay and his TV production crew this Sunday. Ramsay and his staff will be taping an episode of the new Fox reality show Hotel Hell, where struggling hotels and restaurants are fixed up. Milford officials say they're confident they'll be able to deal with any of the traffic issues or other problems that might arise from the special circumstances during the course of the following week. Mayor Robert Feen says the show's a good opportunity to give Milford some national exposure. And not everyone around here will be rooting for the Giants when they battle the Green Bay Packers in the NFC playoffs Sunday. Sullivan County Clerk Dan Briggs has made no secret of his love for the Packers over the years, and you could even say he has a stake in the game, being a part owner.
A lot of needling, a lot of fun going back and forth, particularly just before the big games. We have that teasing that goes back, sometimes a little side wager or two, and it's all part of the fun. It's a publicly held team. In fact, this year for Christmas, my children surprised me with a share of stock. So I'm now a part owner of the Green Bay Packers, if you will.
Briggs has gone to Green Bay to see his team play in person, and even his campaign materials are done up in Packer green and yellow. It will feel like winter this weekend, even if there's no snow in the forecast. After tonight's strong winds, Saturday will be partly cloudy, breezy, and cold, with temperatures not expected to get much higher than the low 30s. Sunday will be partly sunny and even colder, with the highs getting up only around 25 degrees. You will get caught up on all that's happening when you pick up weekend editions of the Times-Herald Record and keep up with breaking news right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.